Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another book video. Today I'm going to do my October TBR jar, picks my TBR for the month. I was sitting there on my bed reading and I look at the date and I'm like, wait, September 28th, there's only 2 days left of the month. I need to do my TBR jar video. I didn't even realize that September flew by that fast and I'm not happy about it because I love fall and I don't want it to end. If you hear a background noise, my dad's cutting grass. He decided to do that right now, of course. And also, we're rocking the glasses today. I was sitting there, something flew in my contact, my eye did not like it, just wasn't good. So we're rocking the glasses today, so I'm sorry for the glare if there is one. We're just gonna have to live with it so I can see. First and foremost, I'm a reader. Second and foremost, I'm a TBR liar. I did a September TBR and I don't even know how many of those I read because I was buying books and decided to read them. So if there's a repeat or two in this, we're gonna ignore it. Okay, so let's get started with book number 1. I really want to read The Naturals, so I'm hoping I get something that correlates with that, but we will see. Wait, this is literally perfect. Popular on booktube / book talk. Literally all the rage is The Naturals right now, so guess what? Just like I said, going right on the TBR. If you know what this is about, people compare it to like YA Criminal Minds. Basically, all these kids have like a special gift and the FBI enlists them to help them solve crimes. And I'm a huge true crime girl, which is really weird because I have like really bad anxiety and you would think that like watching things like that would scare me. Like I don't watch any scary movies, like paranormal scary movies. I don't know, but you would think it would like true crime would scare me, but it doesn't. I love it. I'm adding this right to the TBR. I'm like really excited and people say like the chapters are just so quick and Jennifer Lynn Barnes' writing is really easy to read. I also want to get the Inheritance games, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But that is the first book of the TBR. I don't know how many I'm gonna do this month. I'm gonna aim for like 8. We'll aim for 8 because I don't even know how many I read this month because the last 2 books I read have been terrible, if I'm being honest. A book with a 1-word title. Do I even have that? Like, I have Twilight. Does the count? Because I can definitely find one with like the. Wait. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I'm late to the game. I know. I'm aware. I realize that like her second book is coming out and I still haven't read this. I haven't read it because like I've been waiting for like colder months like November, December, but my best friend Anna actually just started reading this, so maybe I'll read this next so like we can buddy read it together. Also, the main guy in this, his name's Nate, and I love that because it reminds me of Nate Archibald, not Nate Jacobs. I almost said Nate Jacobs just because that was the most recent thing in my mind. Nate Archibald, not Nate Jacobs. No, we're not doing that. Jacob Elordi though, we can do that. I don't really know much about this other than she's a figure skater, he's a hockey player, it's a hockey romance. But yeah, book number 2 for the month. Number 3, a book you think you will rate 5 stars. I'm gonna do it. I think the first one was on, I think the first Caraval was on my TBR for last month and I did read it, and then I read the second and the third because I wanted to read Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After because the third one's coming out soon and people say, like they suggest reading Caraval before, you don't have to, but I freaking loved it. Like I ate all of that up and I met Jax, which I believe is the main guy in these ones, and I ate him up, like ate it up. And Stephanie Carver's writing is just so beautiful. Like I get lost in the world that she creates. It's just very like fairy tale-esque and it's so good. And I really think like I'm gonna rate this series a 5 stars. I do want to read this and The Ballad of Never After because the third one's coming out. So I'm very happy that I picked that. Like her writing is just so magical and I think this is like a perfect October read. Book number 4, a YA book. I think I'm gonna pick up The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. I have not read this yet. And Lynn Painter, if you don't know, she wrote Better Than the Movies, which I love. I rated that book 5 stars. Haley Pham loves that book. She even like, I think she actually even gives her like a shout out in the acknowledgements. Yes, it says, Haley Pham, I adore you and your delightful followers. Oh, and also in this it says, also thanks to Taylor Swift for writing songs that feel like books. That is so true. Can we talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce for a second? I love it. That's like something I'm rooting for. I think she needs her athlete era. But anyway, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, I love it. We're rooting for it. Let them have their privacy though, please. Don't ruin this. You know, us Swifties, we know. We understand it. The real Swifties, we understand it. But this is, I think this is just another YA novel by Lynn Painter. I didn't hear much about this. Again, I think Haley Fan like really liked it, but her writing is so cute. I think she was just born to write YA romance novels. And the front of this is giving like very much 80s to me. Ever since I was younger, I watched 80s movies with my moms, with my mom, like my favorite top 3 movies, I mean, other than Twilight, that's like a guilty pleasure movie, are 80s movies. Breakfast Club, Can't Buy Me Love, and St. Elmo's Fire. Like, those are my favorite movies, and this is just very much giving. I love it. A book bought in the last month. I got one. This is gonna seem like really weird, but my favorite author ever, Jessa Hastings, she actually has a book coming out that is not a part of the Magnolia Parks or Daisy Heats universe. It's called Never, and it's a retelling of Peter Pan, Wendy, and Captain Hook's son. Like, who thinks of something like that? It is so genius. But she suggests not just like watching the movie to understand it before, but actually reading the Peter Pan book by J.M. Barrie. So I actually picked it up, and also, like, the back says all children except one grow up. Growing up, like, I'm a Disney adult. I will tell you that right now. I'm a Disney adult. But growing up, I always loved Peter Pan specifically, and I don't know why. Something about, like, the second start of the right and straight on to morning. I don't know, like, it's just so magical to me, and I really liked it. And I also used to watch this show. I think it was on the CW. It was called Once Upon a Time. And Captain Hook in that was amazing. I loved that story in Once Upon a Time and how they retold it. So I bought this, like, last week, and I just never, like, I need to get around to reading it just before her book comes out, and I have a lot of time, but why not just start it now since I picked that out? Yeah, Peter Pan. That's, like, very different, so it's not like anything else. It's, like, literally, like, it's Peter Pan. Like, that's a fun thing to add into here. Number 6. A book written by an author under 30. That shouldn't be hard, right? Let me see. When was Abby Jimenez? How old's Abby Jimenez? I don't know. Okay, you know what? I don't know if she's under 30, but we might cheat a little. I can't find it on the internet, so we're just gonna read Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I've seen, her name's Lauren. She's Sarah Caroli's friend, and she makes amazing videos. She has an amazing bookstagram, and I saw she read this, and she was literally in tears, and I know I need to take the stickers off. Just ignore it. And I never read an Abby Jimenez book, and I really want to get around to it, so I think I'm gonna do this one. And I'm sorry if she's not under 30, but I, like, looked up multiple authors, and a lot of them didn't have their age on the internet, so we're just gonna have to go with it. Okay, number 7. A freebie. I haven't done a good thriller in a while, and I never ruined this for myself, so I still have, like, no idea about it. But this was popular, like, a really long time ago on Book Talk and BookTube, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I know it's about, like, I think a housekeeper who comes to live in this house, and, like, her bedroom door only locks from the outside, and something, like, really creepy. I don't know. But I know people love this book, so I will add it, because I have not had a good thriller read in a while. I've been really on my witchy romance, rom-com, fantasy vibe, because of, you know, the weather, but it's October, so why not get a little spooky? Number 8. An emotional read. Okay. I just recently got this. It's also trended probably like a little bit ago, but I'm always late to the game. If you have been with me, I don't know anything about this. I know it's heartbreaking. People are extremely sad, and, like, literally the last part of this little blurb is, as time passes, Autumn realizes she might not get another chance to make things right before it's too late. So to me, that foreshadows a possible death, and it's probably gonna be really sad. I think I need to read it and get it over with. Because, you know, when the weather's dreary, it's fall, it's chilly, you might want to cry a little. You might want to get sad. Like, imagine putting on a nice sad playlist and just reading this. I'm a mood reader, so we'll see if that happens. But, number 8. Should I just do 10? 8's a weird number, and, like, but if I'm feeling ambitious, we'll do 10. So number 9. Book with 600 pages. Okay, these have like the same amount, like 547. I'm probably gonna have to choose one of these ones. They're both Lucy Score because she writes thick ass books. I think I'm gonna go with By a Thread because I really do want to start the Knock 'Em Out series because I have all three of them. But I just haven't gone around to it, and the Things We Left Behind just came out, and I've heard like okay things about it, but we will see. But this is By a Thread. I think this is a standalone. I don't know if it's just for right now, but it's a workplace enemies to lovers, I believe, with Dominic and Allie. But like, oh my god, look how tiny the words are. But a grumpy boss romantic comedy. So she's getting added. All right, the last and final, a book you've had for a long time. This was in my TBR video last month, and I've been saying for literally months that I'm gonna read it. October, I think's the month. We're gonna make it the month that I finally read ACOTAR, Court of Thorns and Roses. I have ACOTAR, and then I also have A Court of Mist and Fury. So I have the first two. Every time I like go to Barnes & Noble, I just like buy the other one. I'm not gonna even tell you what this is about because you probably read it already, and also I don't look anything up because I don't want to know anything about it because I don't want to spoil it for myself. So we're gonna finally add ACOTAR to the TBR and hopefully finally read it. Okay, we have our 10 little prompts going back in the jar for next month. I have the 10 books I'm going to try and read in October. I actually have like multiple books to my right from last month that I just didn't get to. So I'm always ambitious at the start of the month on what I'm gonna read, and I'm excited, but I'm just such a mood reader. But this is fun to like lay something out and be like, okay, like read this, like finally get it off your TBR and read it. But yeah, that was my October TBR jar prompts. Pick my TBR for the month of October. Oh my god, what was that? This is my TBR jar picking my TBR for the month of October. Was that better? I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. Do all the fun stuff, like, subscribe. Again, October is just gonna be such a fun reading month. I love fall. I love the breeze. I love the pumpkin candles and just reading. But hopefully I get through some of these this month. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!